Visa fee increase, visa fee increase, visa fee increase. Can we talk visa fee increase? Welcome, and if you're just joining me, my name is Dr. Deidre Moss. I am an educator, a motivator, and a talk connoisseur. Today we'll be talking about visa fee increases. Before we begin, if you're just tuning in from our social media page and you just joined us, like this video, and share. Subscribe to our YouTube channel using the links that are provided on our page. And if you think there's something that we should be talking about, feel free to let us know. We want to hear from you. Let us know if you want to advertise or sponsor our program or sponsor our platform. And as a disclaimer, as I previously mentioned, my name is Dr. Deidre Moss. I am an educator, a motivator, and a talk connoisseur. I have a background in marketing, journalism, and mass communication, and I view the world through these lenses. I focus on issues from a Caribbean regional perspective, but more specifically, the Bahamas, where I currently reside. I also discuss international issues and their impacts on our community. I started this program several years ago to create meaningful content that educates and informs. And as a platform, we want to grow, so grow with us. And if you're in a position to support us or donate to our platform as we seek to grow into a studio space, please reach out to us using the contacts that are provided on our page. And with that, let's get into our session. Visa fee increases. So, today we're going to be talking about an issue that will have major implications for individuals living in the Bahamas and the entire Caribbean. And even more importantly, this is a global issue, that being immigration policy changes that have recently been updated, including those visa fee increases. Now, if you've been paying close attention to US news, immigration policy has been the focus of international news, particularly as it relates to deportation of illegal immigrants in the US, changes to student visa policies, changes to birthright citizenship, and changes to TPS or temporary protected status policy. Before I jump into that, I just want to serve as a reminder for anyone who is joining us. Feel free to add your comments. We do want to hear from you, so feel free to add your comments and we will definitely have a dialogue as we discuss immigration policy. So, again, feel free to drop your comments and comment under the video. Let us know your thoughts. We want to hear from you. We're talking about these immigration policies and the increase in visa fee increases. So, how does this impact us? And as I said, I'm looking through the lens of an individual in the Bahamas, and also we're in the Caribbean region. So we can only assume that there will be an impact on migration. And the Bahamas might potentially feel the impact of these immigration policy changes in the form of migration to the Bahamas. So let's take a look at the response from Commodore Moxie provided by our news. And as a disclaimer, I just want to say that I do not own the rights to this video. This information is being
gang
shared
violence.
for.
And so we are sending our patrol boats to the southern Bahamas to ensure that we maintain that presence and that posture in the southern Bahamas in the event of any mass migration from Haiti. So we're using our air asset and we're using our surface assets to do that. And
Okay, so that is a clipping of the response from Commodore Moxie from the Royal Bahamas Defense Force as we think about the impact on migration. And again, just a reminder, if you're joining us and you want to drop your comments, please do. We want to hear from you. So, financially, there's been an increase in visa fees. So, individuals who make an application for a temporary visa, whether that's a student visa, work visa, or a tourist visa, or any temporary visa, you can expect to see an increase in your visa fee as of July 4th, 2025, when the Big Beautiful Bill in the US was passed. The impact from the passing of the Big Beautiful Bill, Triple B, BBB, introduced a visa integrity fee. So the visa integrity fee is said to act as a security deposit and is refundable depending on whether not specific requirements have been met. So, what are the facts? Trump's Big Beautiful Bill was signed into law on July 4th, 2025, and the Big Beautiful Bill introduced a visa integrity fee of $250, exclusive of the existing visa processing fees. So, if you intend to apply for a temporary visa, you can expect to pay this mandatory fee. The impact of the Big Beautiful Bill, outside of the visa fee increase, now the impact will not only be felt through the visa increase, but also there is a tax that has been levied against remittances. And you might ask, what is remittances? So the remittances refer to the money, refer to a gift, and basically refer to money that is transferred from one party to another. So if you have a family member who is a non-US citizen living in the US and they transfer money through money transfer services or any form that is recognized by the policy, you can expect to you can expect a 1% tax levy on remittances through made through money transfer services such as money orders or cashier's checks. So this tax levy on remittances took effect on July 4th, 2025. Now, the Big Beautiful Bill is an extensive document, and it is important to understand how this new legislation will impact our communities. This is why it's important to pay close attention to these changes, because these policies will impact us in some way. I'm definitely paying close attention to these changes as they will continue to develop, and this will be an ongoing development for us to follow. And lastly, I believe that these changes to the US immigration policy also raise some questions to consider, that being considering the impact on migration to the Bahamas as the US amends their immigration policy. Are the relevant authorities prepared for the potential impacts and what changes will be made as a result? How will Bahamian immigration policy be impacted as a result of the changes that are made to the U.S. immigration policy? So it is not automatic that there will be changes, but it is something to consider. And for persons who may be impacted by the visa changes to immigration policy as it relates to student visas, visas, and so forth, have a plan. If your visa application is denied, what other course of action can you take? So I also want to take a moment to move to our next segment, which is Bahamas independence, basically which is what is in the news. So I think it is a newsworthy event, Bahamian independence. So yesterday, July 10th, we celebrated 52 years of independence in the Bahamas, and the Bahamas achieved independence on July 10th, 1973. Also, we saw the hurricane season began on July 1st and ends November 30th. And as the Bahamas is a small island developing nation that is subject to vulnerabilities of the impact of natural disasters, we should always be on high alert during this season. Okay, so I want to jump back again to our comments, and if there's anything that you want to add, feel free to drop your comments under the video. So this brings us to our motivational minute. So our motivational minute speaks to, despite everything that was thrown against you, you're still here. You survive and thrive, and you should be proud of that. If you've lived long enough to experience what life has to offer, you should You've probably seen some things or been through some things. And those things can take the form of family conflict, toxic relationships, the loss of a loved one, or financial difficulties. The fact is that we are not immune to facing hardships. And if we're going to be honest with ourselves, dealing with these issues can either make or break you, especially if you haven't been prepared for it or if you never saw these difficulties coming. And sadly, the unfortunate part is some people never come out on the other side of their problems. So if you survived the worst of the worst and came out on the other side of whatever difficulties that you face without a scratch, a burn, or tear, you should be proud of that. You survived what took others out. You faced the storm and you came out on the other side. That brings us to the end of our motivational minute. So this brings us to the end of our session, and I want to thank you for tuning in. And remember, you can always add your comments. We spoke about the impact of the Big Beautiful Bill that was signed into law on July 4th, 2025 in the US, the impact that will be felt on the in visa fee increase on visa fees, as well as the impact on remittances. Okay. And so this will definitely have impacts on our community. So we want to remind, and this topic, this issue will continue to evolve. So we're going to continue to go back as this continues to develop. We want to thank you, and we want to remind you that if you want to advertise with us, let us know. You can also reach out to us through our page. Our contacts are there. We want to grow, so grow with us. For those watching via social media, thank you for listening in. Like our page for future notifications of upcoming talks. Comment under our videos, let us know your thoughts, and let us know what you want us to talk about. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Can We Talk? Follow the links on our Instagram and Twitter using the addresses provided on our page. My name is Dr. Deidre Moss, and I am the voice of reason. And remember, thank you so much.